Some people were not created merely to exist in the world. They were shaped to heal. From an early age, they carry a sensitivity they can't explain, a perception that goes beyond words, and a compassion that is born even before they understand what they are feeling. If you've always noticed pains that no one confessed, if your presence calms tense environments, and if people come to you precisely when they are broken inside, this is not a coincidence. It's a mark. It's a purpose. It's a calling. Chosen healers are not recognized by the titles they hold, but by the silent transformations they inspire. They wipe away tears without touching anyone. They restore peace simply by being present. They identify wounds before they are revealed. And many times, they carry this gift without realizing its value, believing their sensitivity is a burden, when in reality, it's a spiritual tool given by God. If you are here, it's because your soul is ready to understand what heaven has known about you for a long time. There is something within you that heals, something that stabilizes, something that brings light. This message will show you clear signs that prove you don't feel too much. You feel right. You don't absorb out of weakness. You absorb because you were called to transform. My name is George, and if this message touches your heart, I ask you, follow the channel. Here, you do not walk alone. You walk alongside people who understand who you are in spirit. Sign 1. You feel the weight of others before hearing a single word. You always sense when something is wrong with someone, even if that person tries to appear fine. Your emotions pick up invisible signals, as if your spirit were trained to identify pains that haven't been verbalized. This silent reading happens naturally, without you forcing or analyzing anything. You simply know. This sensitivity was placed inside you by God, so that you could see what the eyes can't show. When someone who is suffering comes near, you feel it in your body. A tightness, a discomfort, a shift in the atmosphere. None of this is imagination. It is the gift of perceiving people's inner worlds without explanations. Many around you can't understand this level of perception, but it exists because you were shaped to see beyond the surface and recognize hidden wounds. This ability allows you to detect sadness before a tear appears. It lets you sense anxiety before a word is spoken. It tunes you into emotions that the person herself hasn't yet recognized. This doesn't happen because you are emotionally fragile, but because your soul is open to what is true. God has empowered you to perceive what others ignore, and that makes you a chosen healer. Sometimes this gift feels like a burden. You absorb feelings that aren't yours, carry energies that don't belong to your heart. But that doesn't mean you're being overloaded. It means God trusts you to identify who needs help. What would be unbearable for others becomes in you compassion, clarity, and spiritual direction. You've always stood out for noticing small changes everyone else overlooks. The hidden anguish, the lowered posture, the strange silence. Those details stand out before your eyes like luminous signs. God designed you this way because you were called to be support, a channel of healing, and a restoring presence in the lives of the wounded. Even when you try to ignore it, you feel it inside. Even when you try to protect yourself, you perceive it. This spiritual radar isn't something you turn on. It has been inside you since the beginning. You were born with this capacity. You were trained through your own pains. You were sensitized by difficult moments, and now you carry a heart capable of recognizing who needs to be reached. If you live like this, sensing emotions before words, know that this confirms the mark God has placed on you. Your sensitivity is not a mistake. It's purpose. You feel because you were chosen to heal. Sign 2. Your presence brings calm to heavy environments. When you enter a place, something changes. without any effort on your part. The atmosphere shifts, the heaviness lifts, and people start to breathe easier. This change doesn't happen because of your words or actions, but because of the peace God placed within you. Healers carry an energy that reorganizes emotions around them, bringing balance where there was confusion. Tense environments naturally soften when you arrive. It's as if your presence has a calming effect that works beyond words. Arguments slow down, emotions stabilize, and even confused thoughts become clearer. This is not coincidence. It's a spiritual gift. God made you someone capable of influencing the atmosphere through the energy that flows from your heart. Your soul works as an emotional anchor for unstable people. They come closer without knowing why, seeking your presence instinctively, and find rest just by being near you. You don't need to understand this impact to let it happen. God uses you as a silent instrument of harmony. Your vibration carries serenity, even when you don't speak a word. The peace that accompanies your presence is the result of the healing God performed in you. He turned your own pain into calmness. That's why your energy eases spiritual tension. Heavy places cannot remain the same after you walk in. The people around you feel it, even if they can't explain it. Your presence is like a balm that touches the unseen. Even negative emotions lose strength near you. Angry people calm down. The anxious find peace. The confused gain clarity. You don't force anything. You simply exist. Being a healer isn't about what you say, but what you transmit. God puts a light within you that dissolves chaos and strengthens the emotions of others. You've probably noticed that many people come to you in their hardest moments. And that doesn't happen because you're nice, but because your presence carries safety. God anoints your energy to be a shelter. You are a natural stabilizer, someone who harmonizes and transforms atmospheres simply through being there. If this describes you, understand that peace is not yours. It is God flowing through you to heal others. Sign 3. People open up to you without knowing why you attract confessions. People who barely know you start sharing deep things, old wounds, and thoughts they've never told anyone else. They speak because they feel safe, not because you ask. Your energy radiates warmth and truth, allowing people to drop their defenses and trust you instantly. Healers have this natural ability to create a field of emotional safety. Your vibe says, "You can be yourself with me." This makes people feel seen, heard, and understood. Even those who claim to be closed off end up revealing their wounds in your presence. It's as if their soul recognizes you as a safe space. This phenomenon can't be learned. No one taught you to listen like that. God placed it inside you. Your listening is compassionate, your eyes are kind, and your energy is therapeutic. You don't judge, pressure, or criticize. That's why so many open up to you. They feel they can finally rest with someone who understands without requiring a long explanation. What you do without realizing it is offer emotional healing simply through presence. You are someone who carries peace, even in silence. People arrive heavy and leave lighter. You carry their pain naturally because God prepared you for it. Souls recognize what the Spirit carries, and your spirit carries healing. Many who open up to you don't understand why they feel so much trust. But it happens because you radiate truth. When someone tells you something, they feel truly heard. And that feeling is what sets them free. You are the kind of person who breaks down walls just by existing. This sign is one of the strongest marks of a healer, to be a refuge. You don't heal with techniques, you heal with authenticity. People open up to you because they find something in you that they rarely find elsewhere. Presence, empathy, and sincerity. And that is spiritual. That is purpose. That is calling. Sign 4. The healer gets tired from feeling beyond normal. The sensitivity that God placed in you is a powerful gift, but it can also become heavy at times. There are days when exhaustion comes without logical reason, because you end up absorbing emotions that don't belong to your heart. Wounded people, even unintentionally, unload their burdens onto you because they sense your soul understands what they cannot express. You feel environments as if you were part of them. Every shift in energy, every tension in the air, every hidden emotion becomes perceptible to your spirit. When someone is hurting, you feel it before they speak. When a place is charged, your body reacts. This happens because that sensitivity was born with you. It is your spiritual and emotional radar. And although it can wear you down, God never gave you this ability to burden you. He gave it to equip you, to sharpen your discernment, and make you someone who heals, not only through words, but through feelings. True healers don't soothe pain merely with speech. They change the environment, comfort with presence, and touch the invisible. Your heart was formed to identify silent wounds. This deep perception is part of your calling, part of the mission you were set apart for. You don't feel too much. You feel exactly to the degree your mission requires. What seems like fatigue is actually evidence of how much God trusts you. He gave you a heart able to recognize pain that no one else sees and to offer comfort where words can't reach. Sign 5. You become emotionally drained when you help someone. Chosen healers carry a heart capable of feeling deeply. When you help someone, you're not just listening, you're stepping into that person's emotional field. You absorb part of their burden unconsciously, and that's why you feel tired after intense conversations. That fatigue isn't weakness. It's the result of your soul transforming heavy energy into relief for the other person. You notice that after comforting someone, your body feels heavier, your mind more tired, your energy slightly drained. That happens because your empathy isn't superficial. It reaches the roots of suffering, intertwined with the spiritual compassion God placed within you. When someone cries, you feel the echo of that pain. When someone speaks of trauma, you almost feel their story inside yourself. Living this way can seem draining, but it's one of the greatest proofs of your purpose. God entrusts you with people who are emotionally overloaded because He knows your soul can transform their weight into something lighter. Healers are like spiritual filters. They absorb what is dense and return peace, clarity, and emotional stability. Even exhausted, you keep helping. Even tired, you still care. Even drained, you don't turn away. That's because healers don't choose to feel. They simply do. And they feel deeply. You endure others' crises, fears, doubts, and anguish because your mission isn't just to listen. It's to embrace, restore, and soothe. This fatigue also explains why you need alone time to recover. Healers need silence to reorganize the soul, rest to clear what they've absorbed, and solitude to recharge drained energy. These moments aren't luxury, they're spiritual survival. Without them, your gift would become a burden. Knowing this helps you understand that your emotional tiredness isn't failure. It's a sign of spiritual operation. When you become drained after helping someone, it means God used you as an instrument. And when He uses you, He also renews you. You are never left empty because heaven never lets healers work without restoration. Your fatigue is proof of your mission to heal. Sign 6. You have clear intuition about who needs support. Chosen healers carry a kind of spiritual antenna that picks up invisible needs. Before anyone says a single word, you already sense that the person is suffering. Sometimes you feel sudden unease, tightness in your chest, or a worry that appears out of nowhere. It's God showing you someone who needs support at that very moment. This intuition is not logic, deduction, or coincidence. It is spiritual direction. You know who is sad before they show it. You know when someone is about to fall apart, even when they appear strong. You know when to send a message, when to show up, when to pray. It's as if heaven alerts you at the exact moment the other person begins to lose strength. This perception makes you an instant channel of help. You show up in people's lives precisely when they need it most. They may think it's luck, but you know it's a spiritual calling. Your intuition acts as a guide, leading you to the hearts most in need. Healers never arrive late. They arrive right on time. That's why you felt an urge to reach out to someone without knowing why, or that sensation that something isn't right, even when the person insists they're fine. Your soul cannot be deceived by appearances. God refined your sensitivity to perceive what's happening in the depths of others, and when you feel that pull, it's because He wants to act through you. Your intuition is so accurate that many times you know what someone needs to hear before they can even find the words. You know when to comfort, when to stay silent, when to encourage. You don't do this out of experience, but because you've been spiritually equipped. God uses your perception to reach places ordinary words could never touch. This gift is not meant to be ignored. It's part of the essence of a chosen healer. Your intuition is a divine tool, a bridge between pain and healing. It's the invisible way God leads you into your mission. When you feel a calling inside, trust it. It's God guiding you exactly where your presence will make a difference. Sign 7. You intercede for others. Naturally and deeply chosen healers possess a trait few people understand: the need to pray for others. It's not obligation or religious routine. It's an impulse. When you feel someone is suffering, something within you moves. Your soul automatically stands before God, asking for relief, protection, and strength for that person, even if they never know it. Intercession is as natural to you as breathing, without effort or planning. It's as though others' pain awakens such deep compassion in you that your only possible response is to speak with God about it. You pray when you sense heaviness, when someone breaks down, when you realize no one else is caring for that soul. This inner movement is proof of your calling. Healers don't intercede superficially. Their prayers hold depth, intention, tears, and truth. You feel what the other person feels, and that makes your prayer more sincere, more powerful, more precise. God hears the voice of healers because He knows it's born from love, not obligation. That's why your prayers often reach places others cannot. Beyond that, you pray for people who don't even realize how much they need it. You pray for strangers, for those who've crossed your path, even for those who've hurt you. This happens because your soul has been trained to perceive invisible needs. You don't just pray for what you see, you pray for what your spirit senses. God uses you to fill gaps no one else fills. Intercession is one of the greatest signs that you are a spiritual healer. While many pray only for themselves, you care about others' pain. And that doesn't weaken you, it strengthens you. Each time you intercede, you step closer to the purpose you were chosen for. Your heart is a bridge between people and God. That inner urge to pray is not common. It's a spiritual mark. Healers are raised to carry burdens others cannot. Your prayer is invisible medicine, silent protection, and spiritual healing. When you intercede, heaven moves. And that ability is confirmation that God chose you to be shelter, healing, and refuge in this world. Sign 8. You attract wounded, confused, or exhausted people. People who are emotionally drained tend to find you as if guided by something unseen. They show up suddenly, feel instant trust, and come to you for support, even when they don't understand why. This happens because your soul emits a kind of spiritual warmth that draws in those who are hurt, broken, or lost. You become a refuge for their hearts. Your energy works as a safe haven. Those who are wounded sense they won't be judged, pressured, or ignored. Even without speaking, your presence radiates empathy. It's as if God directs these people to you, knowing your spirit can see beyond appearances and offer genuine comfort, something very few can give during fragile times. This constant flow of people seeking help is not coincidence. It's mission. Chosen healers carry light in their eyes, calm in their voice, and understanding in their hearts. Broken people recognize that light because it reminds them of peace. They approach you because they feel that, with you, they can breathe again. And without realizing it, you become an instrument of restoration in their lives. Sign 9. You always seek the truth behind the pain. You're never satisfied with surface explanations when you sense someone suffering. Instead of focusing on behavior, you seek the root cause. You want to understand what caused the wound, what triggered the change, and what remains silent inside the person. Healers don't judge what appears. They look for what's hidden. That depth is an essential part of the gift you carry. Even when someone acts defensively or harshly, you can see that pain stands behind the behavior. Your heart doesn't respond with judgment, but with understanding. God placed in you the ability to see what many ignore, the emotional origin. You seek truth because you know no one acts without reason and every wound holds a story. This ability makes you someone who heals without pressure. You don't just try to fix symptoms, you touch the root. People feel embraced because they realize you truly understand what they can't put into words. Your search for emotional truth helps those around you see themselves with more clarity. And that, in itself, is healing. That's why God trusts you with deep wounds. Sign 10. You have gone through deep pain that made you more sensitive. Every true healer has been shaped by their own suffering. Your sensitivity didn't appear out of nowhere. It was refined through the difficult experiences you faced. Your scars created space for the compassion you now carry. God allowed your deserts not to destroy you, but to train your perception, empathy, and ability to see others with mercy. The pains that once broke you now help you recognize the pain in others with accuracy. You understand feelings that were never explained because you've lived through similar ones. Your soul has become deeper, wiser, more attentive. The sensitivity you have today is the direct result of the battles you fought in silence while the world thought you were merely surviving. Healers aren't born from comfort, but from overcoming. Every wound you've carried has turned into a spiritual tool. Sign 11. You know when someone has been touched by your presence. You sense when someone leaves lighter after being with you. You feel it when the atmosphere changes, when their expression softens, when the energy shifts. Some cry without knowing why. Some say they feel peace. Others simply take a deep breath as if something heavy has been lifted from their chest. You recognize this because you feel it in your spirit. Healers have the ability to perceive when the impact was real. They don't need compliments or acknowledgement. Their hearts sense the change in atmosphere and understand that God touched that person through them. This awareness is gentle, silent, but crystal clear, as if the Spirit shows you that healing has happened without a single word. This sign confirms that your presence heals even when you don't realize it. You don't force transformation. It happens naturally. The simple fact that you exist is enough to ease emotional burdens. God uses you as a channel of peace. People leave different because they received something they neither asked for, nor bought, nor fully understood. That is a gift. That is calling. At this point, After recognizing so many signs within yourself, you may be realizing something you never had the courage to admit. You are not just someone sensitive. You are not just someone who feels deeply. You are not just someone who cares for others by instinct. There is a calling inside you, an ancient, silent, and profound calling that heaven placed in your soul long ago. And that calling is to be a healer. Being a healer doesn't mean being perfect, strong all the time, or having all the answers. It means having a heart capable of seeing the invisible, feeling the unspeakable, and offering what the world doesn't know how to ask for. Healers exist to touch souls, align atmospheres, calm storms, and lift lives that were about to collapse. You do this without even realizing it. And you do it because God shaped you with this essence from the beginning. Many times, you found yourself carrying pains you didn't understand. You felt burdens you couldn't trace. You went through deep, intense, and even lonely phases. Not because you were lost, but because you were being trained. Healers go through harder processes because their mission demands refined sensitivity. Every tear you shed refined your spirit. Every pain you survived expanded your soul. Every breaking point turned you into shelter. And now, in recognizing these signs, you understand that what you once thought was weakness is, in truth, spiritual strength. That what others called too much sensitivity was divine sensitivity. That what some tried to suppress in you was exactly what God wanted to keep alive. You were chosen to heal because your heart was forged in the fire of your own battles. And to conclude, I want to ask you something special. Comment below which of these signs spoke most to your heart. Choose the one you felt the most, the one that confirmed who you are, the one that touched your soul in a unique way. Your comment isn't just engagement, it's testimony. It's recognition of your calling. It's part of your healing. I'm here with you, whenever you need. Let's keep awakening this purpose together.